welcome to a music analysis video. We're doing 2012 HSC paper today, and question 2, a song called Finding Frangipanis. Let's just have a listen first to the piece. It's probably better that you listen to it through another website because the quality will be reduced on here. So please have a listen, but I'll play it anyway all the way through, and then I'll start my analysis. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So we've got the question reads, identify the layers of sound in this excerpt and describe how they are used. So identify the layers of sound. With layers of sound, of course, refers to texture. And identify means, well, the way we identify them is the tone color that they use. So all of these layers will have a similar tone color because they all come from the violin, but that doesn't mean that they sound the same. So we'll get into that in a moment. So the first part is identifying the layers. The second part is describing how they're used. So what describe how they're used means is the role that they have in the ensemble, whether it's the melodic role or a type of accompaniment, and also their relationship to other layers also will help describe how they are used. So whether they're supporting a melody, whether they're introducing a new independent melody like to make it polyphonic texture, that sort of thing. So let's have a listen to the beginning. So we've got a monophonic texture to begin with just one layer of sound, and it's there's lots of staccato in there, but it's the most identifying feature is the pizzicato articulation used. So pizzicato meaning plucked. So any string instruments that's plucked, we use the word pizzicato, or pizz for short, P-I-Z-Z. Okay. So and this layer is also performing a rhythmic function, not just an ostinato, but it's also providing the pulse. So as you see, you can feel the rhythm and tap along to it. And now the second layer is about to come in, and that'll be a melodic layer. Okay, and we know that's the melody because it's not using ostinato like the previous layer, and it's also the main feature of the piece. So it's clearly the melody, and it's also in a higher register than the ostinato previously. So that's why the layers are clearly defined, which you can see here. The layers are clearly defined. All right, let's listen out for the third layer. As you can see, layers are added one by one. So there's a use of staggered entry there, so that the texture gradually becomes thicker and more complex. So at the moment we're at 2 layers, and it is becoming thicker and complex. And we've got a new ostinato here. And now we've got 3 layers with some sustained chords. And now we've got 4 layers. So the original melody from the first section has come back, but with more accompaniment this time. So we've got 1 layer doing sustained chordal notes or chordal accompaniment, and we've got 2 separate ostinatos. So we've got the pizzicato ostinato from the beginning, and we've got the second ostinato, which is and putting that all together gives us the polyphonic texture. Let's have a listen to the 4 layers now. Okay, so there you have it. If we look again at the Border Studies answers, you can see layers are added one by one with staggered entry, and they're becoming thicker and more complex as the piece progresses. The layers are clearly defined. We've got a pizzicato rhythmic layer, and then we've also got a harmonic layer playing sustained notes. We've got a clear melodic layer in the high register, and then we've also got another ostinato, which is in the lower register, which is the bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. Layers have a unifying role. That means that it's relating back to the idea of unity and contrast. So when something's repeated, we say it's unifying, and because pretty much every layer is an ostinato, that means that the layers have a unifying role. Okay, and then finally, the introduction of new layers creates variety of musical ideas, but it's also the overlap. It's the building of layers that also creates variety, with the texture getting more complex and thicker over time. And then the repeat of the original melody with more accompaniment also provides contrast to how it was sounded at the beginning of the excerpt. Hope this helped with your study, and good luck with your exams.